AKA Padders TGIF. Today we're talking Impound comics and what true delusion from a young comic book creator. What does that look like? People, I'm going to introduce to you guys a character, a company, an individual that you guys may not be aware of because he makes comics, but he's not really a comic book creator. He's not connected to the scene. And all of us here on this channel, we're connected to the scene. Let's go.
The Invincible show has become so successful that the first prints of their comic books price has risen. And if you were smart enough to get an original copy, the price of that is skyrocketing. I mean, a lot of us weren't even born yet when Spider-Man issue 1 came out. The price of that now, $3.6 million. Don't you hate when you find out you had an opportunity to buy something at a low cost and now it's worth a lot of money? As soon as a comic book gets adapted to a successful cartoon or live action, the price of those books go up. I'm telling you right now, do not miss that opportunity with us because your chance to invest in a comic book trade paperback is right now. We just uploaded both of our first trade paperbacks on our website, 300 pages at a very affordable rate. And to fill you in on why you should do it now, we are currently also working on our first animated movie. And as soon as this movie comes out, you are going to regret that you didn't get our first trade paperback of Impound issues 1 through 5. So go on over to our website, impoundcomics.com, grab both of our trade paperbacks, and also watch our mini animation on YouTube. But up the road, when you see the value of this book that I'm also signing for free, don't say that I didn't tell you.
AKA Padders here, Peter A. DeLuca, AKA Pad69. And you guys, come on, say it with me. Known throughout Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the vast multiverse as your eclectic one. I love videos like this because so many of you are, the AKA Pad Army, us, you and me, we read effing comics and we like creating effing comics. And everything that's not that it's an abomination. Can I say that word? It is a monstrosity. And by that I mean we create comic books to create comics, to know that art form and to be disciplined about it. When we create comics, I am not at that drawing table, which is a few feet from right here, from my thumb. When I'm at the drawing table, I'm not really competing with Amazing Fantasy 15, Spawn #1, Invincible #1. None of these things that Trayce has led us to believe that Impound competes with. No, I am competing against myself, the harshest critic on planet Earth. That's right. If you want to make yourself mad, have Peter A. DeLuca critique your work. And then at that same point, imagine being Peter A. DeLuca. It is a spiral into the deepest depths of darkness. I cannot talk today. You know why? Because I've had a rough week. Living the information technology lifestyle. Had to pull a couple all-nighters early within this week, and the entire week has just been a non-stop struggle. But guys, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're doing another Dune night. I had two different groups of people that wanted to see Dune. One was last week, one is this week. A lot of people know how deep and meaningful the Dune franchise is to me, as you guys saw in a video I dropped last week. But with all of this, Impound as a comic book has nice colors. It's got some cool character design, great logo, wonderful branding, and Trayce somehow seems to be more of a promoter than he is a comic book creator. Now, what I've seen of the books, we have kind of wide open artwork and word balloons, like 3 word balloons per page, that sort of thing. And I'm not really knocking that style of storytelling, but at the same time, and I make this observation in a lot of my comic book reviews, word balloons and captions add more value visually as you flip through a book, and they do open the door up for deeper, more intricate storytelling. And you know, it's a little bit of a tell when a book just doesn't have enough meat on the bone when you initially flip through it or see those pages. What we have here with Impound is a promoter that was able to grow his TikTok audience to 250,000, 15K for YouTube. I believe he might be at 20 or 30K, maybe even 45K. I didn't check his Instagram, but he's up there when it comes to followers and reach. Where he's not is comments, interactions, and even views. If you got 15K subscribers on YouTube, your views should be able to compensate some of that, but it looks like channel-wide he has 2 million views. There's just a lot of questions, a lot of inconsistencies, and not a lot of like parallels when we analyze people's social media presences or their social media presence. Guys, what are we doing? Happy Friday. So I'm not really here to crap on Trayce or crap on Impound. I'm just here to say I hope the AKAPAD army does not engage in this practice of comparing your book to books that are literally legendary. Could you imagine being a high school quarterback and you're comparing yourself to Tom Brady? That would be a lunacy. But at the same time, Trayce is a little bit of, and one of my enjoyment of bringing videos like this to all of you, because I know a lot of you guys don't pay attention to things outside of the comic book world. Consider this. Trayce is very much the new age creator. More promoter than creator, or more promoter than comic book, like artists. And they're more interested in cross-platforming everything. He's already working on an anime. They have anime episodes, audio books of the episodes, and all of these things to make his product and his idea more accessible, while ignoring the very core of the product, which would be a amazing comic book if you focus all of your efforts onto that. So many of you, you get scatterbrained, you go cross-platform, and you don't really focus on, number one, the story, and number two, what happens next. I see this problem with so many of these independent comics. If some of those videos got traction, I will really do more of them. And I'm not really in the business of just crapping on people that are still up and coming. Myself personally, I just view this as a little bit of a corruption, abomination of how we look at comic book creators and what the comic book creator actually is. I am hoping down the road to be proven wrong, and Trayce actually breaks through and creates groundbreaking and wonderful stories, stuff to make me jealous. Now, I'm holding and reserving judgment. I am attempting to get my hands on some Impound comic books because I have to do a deep dive on this book, on this character, despite of what some of the traction is on social media. And speaking of social media, he has done news stories. He has done other interviews, kind of hit the local Sacramento media sphere. And those views on those channels, again, very low and hardly any comments. A lot of us would classify Trayce and Impound as a plant. Now, his brother, and these are subjects for videos down the road, but his brother seems to have achieved fame. And I do feel like Impound is a trickle down of what his brother has done. And, his brother is probably one of the most courageous people I've ever read about. But with all of that said, just focus on comics and create comic books to create comics. That's really what the message is of this. And don't be dumb and don't be silly and don't compare yourself to the literal foundation that this industry is based on. And I get it. He's trying to make this anime movie and he's trying to pump the stock and kind of say, right along the way, get in early while you can. But it took Amazon, and the richest mother effer on earth, according to today's numbers, right? Jeff Bezos has overtaken Elon Musk. But it has taken the richest guy in human history. It has taken his company to pick up something like Invincible and make it a little bit well-known, or well-known enough. So imagine the mechanism that Impound needs to do something similar. And guess what, guys? Invincible #1 is still affordable. I'm sorry. No, I'm not saying I wouldn't, sweat a little bit shelling out that money, because it is a lot to pay for because we would only buy the raw. We would never buy the slab. It's still money to spend. That's the point I'm getting at. Trayce here just needs to focus on amazing comics, amazing stories, amazing characters, and keep pushing and keep going and find different avenues to do something original in his sequential, continuity-based comic book. If I am to wear my editor-in-chief hat, if Trayce ever sees this, I don't know. Let's work together, guys. AKAPAD here. I love you. Rock and roll.